This week I'm going to be swapping my phone screen time for reading time in an attempt to try and maximise my time usage over the week and reduce the amount of time spent on social media, on my phone, try and get some more reading done, to be honest, because I have got so many books that I want to read but then feel like I've not got enough time for it, when actually a lot of time is wasted on my phone or watching videos. This week I'm going to change that as a little challenge. The average would be about an hour and 20 minutes every day, which I realise is not that high compared to some people. Essentially it's going to work out at about 9.5 hours of reading over the whole week, which is way more than I would usually do. So I'm both intrigued to see how much reading I can get done in 9.5 hours, but also how it impacts my current screen time on my phone and whether that decreases as a result of reading in that time or increases in other areas of the day. It'd be an interesting experiment. You're probably wondering what I'm going to be reading this week. I've got a little stack here which should get me going for the whole week. Starting with this book, which I'm about over halfway through now, so I just want to get this finished this week. That'll probably be done in the first couple of days, but I'll let you know what I think of this once I've read it. Next I've got Hamlet, which again I started but haven't progressed any further than like the first 10 pages. I have such a bad habit of doing that, which is something I'm trying to tackle for doing this. Hummingbird Salamander by Vandermeer I bought from a secondhand shop recently and I'm really excited to do that. Again, we'll let you know how that goes. Then we've got this one, which is 8 Dates to Keep Your Relationship Happy, Thriving and Lasting, which I'm getting married in the next couple of weeks and I've been recommended this book. It's quite a short one, should be able to blitz through that fairly quickly. Let's see how we go, see if I can finish 4 books in a week. That would be crazy. Also, if I feel like reading for longer than the time that was allocated at the start of the day, I will totally read for longer than 30 minutes. We'll see, because some of them are like 2 hours, so it might be more of a challenge. I'm not going to cap myself. If I'm enjoying the book, I'm going to keep going. Tuesday last week, I spent 34 minutes on my phone over the whole day, which is quite a low day for me, to be honest. So today's challenge is to read for 34 minutes. I'm going to start with Fate of Food. For a bit of context as well, I work from home 9 to 5. Going to be fitting this challenge around my job. If you don't have enough time for reading, let this be a challenge to you to try and find time in the day to get your reading done. I read for 46 minutes, so that's me done for today. Obviously a bit over, that's fine. What I've been loving about this book so far is that each chapter goes through a different innovation in the fate of food. Essentially, I've just finished the chapter on food waste, which was particularly interesting to me because I did a documentary, which you can view on my channel if you want to, about food waste in the UK. A couple of the case studies that the writer included, I actually interviewed for my documentary, so that felt pretty cool, if I say so myself. The thing I really like about this book is that when I'm reading it, I don't know if it's just the way it's written or the structure or something, but I can definitely imagine it as if I'm watching a documentary, which is great. So I've only got like 2 or so more chapters left of this book and then I'll be moving on to the next one. Good morning. So it is Wednesday and today I'm going to be doing 1 hour 52 minutes of reading, which is like triple, even 4 times the amount I did yesterday. So I thought I would get in a chapter this morning before I start work, and I'm currently at page 229 and then hopefully want to get to 242, which should take me about 15 minutes. So I'll pop that onto the timer just to get my amount up, because obviously I do work full time, so trying to fit in an hour and 52 as well as my evening activity is going to be quite tight, so every second counts today. It is Thursday now. Yesterday I read for an hour and 52 minutes, which was primarily in the last hour and a half before I went to bed, which was a big mistake. I did finish this book finally, so I read about 60 odd pages yesterday, which got me through the rest of this book. I was really having to push myself to get to that hour and a half mark from, I think I started at like 10 p.m. and then as it got to 11 I was just like, man, I would really want to go to sleep right now. So I guess that's a con of doing this challenge, is I could have gone to bed. No, I should have done some more reading in the morning or at lunchtimes. I think doing half an hour in the morning is probably a good shout. So overall, I would say this book was a really good overview of global food security and the innovations that are happening around the world to try and combat that. And I think it's a good starting point if you are interested in food security and future of food in a climate changed world. Definitely step one, and I think I'm going to be looking into a lot of the topics that came up into this book in some future videos, so that was also really helpful for me to get some ideas. Today I need to read for 2 hours 2 minutes, which is even longer than I read for yesterday. I'm going to be moving on to this book, 8 Dates. Actually now Saturday. You could probably tell from the very blank wall behind me that I've actually been moving and I'm in the process of moving right now. Yesterday I spent all day packing and moving stuff, and to be honest, didn't have any time to read. I don't feel bad about it because the day before I went ham, I probably read for about 4 hours, so I'm just gonna like eliminate Friday from this challenge. Today is obviously Saturday and I'm onto a new book, which is Hummingbird, Salamander by Vandermeer. So today I need to read for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So I'm going to try and get, it's almost 5 o'clock now, but I'm going to try and get about 40 minutes in here before I go out for the evening, and then I'll do another hour before I go to bed. Let's go. Yesterday I managed to get the hour and 40 minutes of reading done. So I've got a little bit through this book. I read about 62 pages. And today I've got to read an hour and 40 minutes. Keep reading this, I'll keep you updated. It is Monday again, and yesterday I managed to do about an hour and 40 minutes of reading. I read 68 pages. It is proving a lot harder of a read than I thought. I'm almost halfway through, but I am enjoying it, but the style of writing is a lot harder than the other books I've been reading this week. So I have 38 minutes of reading to do today. To be honest, quite glad about, because reading for an hour and a half is quite a long time and has taken away from other tasks that I would want to do like during the week. Quite happy to be doing only half an hour-ish of reading. I have managed to get to part 2 of Hummingbird Salamander, so hoping I can make a little bit of a dent into that. So I thought I'd do a couple of reflections on this challenge of replacing my screen time with reading time. I have done so much reading this week. I'm always telling myself I don't have time for reading, I never finish books take so long, I'm never going to meet my reading challenge. But actually, when I like put aside the time to sit and read for like 2 hours in a day, I powered through so many books. You know, I found that really satisfying. Although my phone screen time didn't necessarily go down that much actually, which is interesting, partially as a result of basic communication that's required during the week. It just shows that it just depends on how you want to spend your time, and even though my screen time stayed fairly similar throughout the whole week, potentially the time I was using my phone was more useful. So my most commonly used app this week was WhatsApp, and it's basic communication with friends and family. My YouTube watching on my phone went down a lot. I spent only an average of 15 minutes a day on YouTube on my phone. And to be honest, because my phone is the essentials, it's a lot easier to see that the time that I am using my phone is generally useful instead of time spent scrolling through social media. If you have an excessive screen time and you're like, how do I fix that? Why not put down your phone and pick up a book as an alternative? Give it a go, see how you go. Maybe you hate it, maybe it's gonna change your life, maybe you'll read more. Have a think about the way that you're allocating time in your day, what you are doing when you're on your phone. Is it useful? Is it basic communication? Or is it scrolling, doom scrolling, wasting time? Ask yourself those questions and give this challenge a go, and then let me know in the comments how it went for you. Did you read loads? Did you find it really hard to pick up a book? Were you really struggling to find the time? Let me know, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.